So tonight we're staying at the Hilton at Madrid Airport, and wow, this is not my usual standard of hotel. So we've got the climate control, and there's a safe there, loads of stealable hangers, iron and ironing board. They've got a laundry service. What's this? What have we got here? We've got some water that I think you have to pay for. Don't know what that thing is there. Yeah, big TV. Oh, is this the fridge? Nothing in it. It's cool rather than cold. We've got the tea and coffee making facilities. We've got the kettle, clock, loads of space. I can't believe how much space we have. Let's look at the view. Not much of a view, but we can't have everything, I suppose. A nice reclining chair and 2 twin beds. We've got wireless charger there, and wow, this is the Hilton at Madrid Airport. Look at this bathroom that we've got here. It really is quite extraordinary. I'll turn you around. It's a bit difficult actually to see what everything is because everything's transparent. We've got the transparent sink there, which I've just used. Yeah, we've got the soap, and in here, at first I thought it was 2 toilets, but one's a toilet and one's the bidet, and we've also got a telephone, presumably if you can't get off the toilet. Got some sort of bath. Is it one of those jacuzzi baths? No, I think it's just an ordinary bath with Crabtree and Evelyn, conditioner, shampoo, shower gel. Oh my. And we've also got the shower there. Don't walk into it. Have you ever seen anything like that? What a crazy bathroom. So you might ask, what am I doing at the Hilton Hotel at Madrid Airport? Well, the answer is I'm on my way home from Porto. And you're saying, well, that isn't on the way. Well, here's a travel hack for you. When we were booking the trip to Porto, we were looking at flights on Skyscanner, and the outbound flights, they were great, fine. Coming back, it was about 10 times the price, and we couldn't get a reasonable price. So what you can do is, with these point-to-point airlines, don't try to get out of the mindset that you have to fly to and from the same airport and you have to take the same route. You can actually save money sometimes by taking a detour to another city if you're flexible on the dates, and also even accounting for a night's stay in this place, it still worked out cheaper than flying directly home from Porto, and it's amazing. And I should hopefully get a day in Madrid as well, and happy days. So I'm back in the room now, having just been down for breakfast. Slept quite well. The bed was comfortable. Breakfast, it was €27, and although it was really, really nice, you obviously are paying for the convenience. I didn't film anything in the breakfast room due to embarrassment, because I felt like everyone was looking at me, and I've already sort of broken the hotel buffet. The food was really, really nice. I had some Spanish tortilla, which I know you can get at Lidl, but it's not the same. It was really, really nice, and they also had some really nice chocolate muffins that were sort of melt in the middle. Very nice. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I had to leave because of embarrassment, really. Oh, that was something odd that happened. I was halfway through eating my breakfast and a little man popped up with a tray. Hola, I said, hola. And he said, would you like a Nutella sandwich? And they looked like they'd been left over from last night. So it was all very random. I refused his very kind offer of a Nutella sandwich. So today, it's due to be about 40 degrees today. And I don't really fancy filming a lot in that weather. So that's why I'm setting out early. And hopefully I'll have a chance to do most of the filming in the morning before it gets much too hot in the afternoon. So I'm going to get the free hotel shuttle bus back to the airport, hopefully drop off my bag somewhere, and then get the train into the centre of Madrid, and we'll see what's there. I'm at Madrid Airport Terminal 4, which, oh my goodness, it might as well be in Badajoz. And I'm armed with this. I've come to the station. I tried the machine, it does not work. So I went to the ticket office and I got this tourist one-day pass for €10, and it's valid on both the metro and the Cercanías, and 2 different people have told me that, so that's okay. So going to hopefully head into Madrid, see what we can see. I don't know if I'd stay out by the airport again, because although there was a hotel shuttle, it does take so long going around all the terminals at Madrid Airport. I don't know why it takes so long, but we've got Terminal 4, like I said, might as well be in Badajoz. The driver of the shuttle looked exactly like Jose Carreras. He thought he was Carlos Sainz. But anyway, we're here now, and hopefully we'll make it into Madrid. I'm now hoping, perhaps beyond hope, that this train is going to Chamartín. Here we are then at Madrid Chamartín, and next on the list is the metro, and I think it will have to be the metro today, unfortunately, because there's engineering works, to Sol. You can actually get the metro all the way from the airport to the city centre, but it's quicker and quieter to get the Cercanías. It's not quieter now, I've just told you, is it? So get the Cercanías for a quicker ride. Alicante, not today. Okay, another handy hint for you is have a copy of the Madrid Metro map with you, because they don't tend to have it up on the wall in a lot of places. So next thing is line 1 on the metro, direction Valdecarros. And about 20 minutes later we are at Puerta del Sol, which is the very centre of Madrid, and it took about 20 minutes. It's about 25 past 11 now, and Mad Dogs and Englishmen go out in midday sun. And I just knew it. With it being Sunday, on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't think the Spanish like anything more than having a good protest. I'm not sure what they're protesting about, and it's always best to stay away from these things, so I'll have to sort of skirt around it a little bit, but I'll show you some of the very centre of Madrid. And that That is surely the poshest Santander that exists anywhere in the world. What's that all about? Why is the agriculture building always the poshest there is? People keep staring at me and I don't care, I'm English. I apologise in advance for this, but this is where I come across as a complete fool. Didn't the Civil War happen to Madrid? Because how on earth are all these beautiful buildings so well preserved and still standing? Yeah, at the moment we're walking through the Paseo del Prado, which is not unpleasant. It's not very big, but there was a load of rubbish scattered around back there where I was sitting. But unlike in England, the most offensive ones were cans of cheap little Coke. So yeah, this is the Paseo del Prado. It's not exactly the Retiro. I have done videos on Madrid before, by the way, but in the olden days, filmed on my phone. So not nearly as good as this one. Yeah, I know you're thinking, how could it be any worse, Karen? But yeah, if you want to go back through my back catalogue, I've got videos on Madrid, including the Retiro Park. So what's this? King Juan Carlos I. La la la. 22nd of November 1985. We are now in Loyalty Square and we're looking at the monument to the fallen for Spain. It might be time to go for a drink soon, actually. It's getting hotter by the minute, and when they say mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun, I'll let you know one thing, they're not joking. And here it is, we are there, the Prado Museum. Yeah, I've been in there once before, years and years ago, and it was that day that I decided I don't like art museums and I never want to go in one again. If you do like art museums, then definitely go there. If you're just a casual observer like this one, I don't recommend it at all, unfortunately. Goya, and if you like Goya, you'll love it in that museum, is all I can say. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of his pictures. Righto, I need a drink quite desperately now, it has to be said. It's 12:15. The captain of the flight yesterday, when we flew into Madrid, wasn't lying when he said the weather in Madrid very hot. And behind me is the Puerta del Sol, built in the 1770s to commemorate the arrival of the king into the capital. I work with a lot of Spanish people actually, think about 100. That's how I know that Spanish people always laugh at my pronunciation. Sweetie pies, every single one of them. And I keep looking out for them because a lot of them do actually live in Madrid. Haven't seen any yet, but I bet there's a reasonable chance I will. I'm not a minute before time. Carlos III, King of Spain. Here I am then, back at the airport after another fantastic day in Madrid. And I know you're going to say, but Karen, that's my Spanish name, that Karen. You didn't go here, you didn't see that, you didn't do that. I know I didn't. I've got a flight to catch, unfortunately. Yeah, a few hours isn't enough in Madrid. You really need a few years. But if you like this video, please remember to subscribe for more travel videos. And it was lovely to see you. Thanks so much for coming along, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.